Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached the number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. I truly believe that, man. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that. We're in the building for another big time episode of Clash of the Podcast. I'm your man, Sean Hubbard, representing Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. That's my dog to my left, my immediate left, Conrad Cushman, representing everything pro wrestling. We're in the building for another crazy good episode. You know what I'm saying? We're outside, man. Outside, inside. You feel me? Check out the new EPW merch too, by the way. Make sure you cop that. I got a real big announcement. You can see it in the tagline. I got a real big announcement coming up for my clothing line as well. Something that you guys know is near and dear to my heart. But we're gonna get into some Slammiversary stuff, Impact Wrestling. That's gonna be coming on Fight TV this weekend. Obviously, we're gonna touch on the Bloodline again and the man who should be the next world champion in WWE, Jey Uso. I'm saying it again and I'm not going to stop. But in the meantime, what am I always saying? I forget what. Oh, here it comes. Conrad, drop that thing.
Here. What is good, everybody? What is good? Clash of the Podcast. It was my fault that we were a little late. I spilled my water. Look, this joint spilled to the brim. Spilled to the brim. So I'm going to take that blame, Jocelyn. I'm going to take that blame. All right? But
I don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's talking about. Like, I think everything is fine. Everybody, only Jocelyn called us out. Big shout out to Jocelyn. I love you, Jocelyn. You just keep it gangsta. I love it. But you're good, bro. We're outside, man. We're here. Stop doing that.
What are you talking about?
Stop doing that. You see my hands? Stop doing that.
My hands are right here too.
Yeah, keep them there.
All right. So we're gonna do the show like this, I guess. All right. So you see, as soon as his hand went down, though, you saw whose hand? My hands are still up, I believe. Man.
We know what you want. We know what you want, man. Stop it. It's gonna be CM Punk versus probably a rematch with Samoa Joe is starting to look like.
Well, he did offer to be in Blood and Guts. He said, if you need another guy, I'm your guy. I can do it for you.
We'll see.
Let's start off with the chat here today. We're always about the fans, right? So, Terrell in the house, Conrad, Hubbard. Am I the only one experiencing glitches in the new AEW video game? I played it for the first time yesterday. I played season mode today. It feels glitchy at times. All games have glitches, brother. All games. Wrestling games, I was told this by someone, and this is a quote. Do not ever try to make a wrestling game in your life. It is the hardest thing to do. What is that?
What that is, my brother, is that I'm not feeling it. That's what that is, man. I bought the game, and I blame you. I bought the game because of you. You and your excellent, by the way, videos got me to buy that game, and I'm telling you, I'm just not. I don't know, man. I'm trying. I'm gonna stick it out a little longer. I don't know, man.
Keep playing. That's all I can tell people. Keep playing. I have a lot of faith though in this. And look, we're already getting things about updates for the AEW video game. We're getting a stadium stampede. I saw people riding horses. I saw Kenny Omega and CM Punk get hit by a golf cart. I don't know what's going on in this, but it looks crazy. It looks like it's fun. You just gotta find the fun in it.
I'm trying. I didn't get the game.
Let me ask people to do this. And listen, I know we're talking WWE today. The slander will be kept at a minimum. I'm gonna try to at least today.
Yeah.
Do not WWE brain this. And what do I mean by that? Do not call people superstars. When I hear people say certain things like, there's no superstars in the game, don't WWE brain this to yourself. Some people expect, I heard someone say, there's no universe mode. Don't WWE brain yourself into this to where they've convinced you that this is what you should expect every year because they haven't had competition in, 10, 15 years technically? I guess you can count Impact and some of the other smaller games. But
No, you said it right the first time. No competition. You're right.
So without competition, people are WWE braining. I saw someone say, "How come we can't see what we can kick out?" It's not WWE. That's the only thing I can tell people, and it aggravates me.
All right, here's the thing, man, and you know, I'm going to lead with I think AEW is the best brand of professional wrestling in the world right now. So, you know, I don't have any reservations about saying that they don't have the best video game. I'm not feeling it, bro. There's just something that doesn't resonate with me. It feels clunky. It doesn't feel like No Mercy. It doesn't.
I got to Derek you then. I got to hit you with the dare question. Mm-hmm. What would you do to improve it? What's missing for you?
For me, and maybe I'm in the minority here, intangibles like correct entrances, intangibles like unique taunts. They have the unique taunts, but the entrances, it seems like the victory celebrations are very generic. What else? Let me just go down the line. I'm not a big fan of the create an arena is hot garbage. Let's call a spade, bro. The create an arena is terrible. It's so limited. It's not even funny. You can't create a title. You got to remember, Conrad, most of what people like in video games when it comes to wrestling now in 2023 is being able to create your own stuff. And AEW doesn't have that.
Sean, I could do a whole video about this. I'm being truthful.
No, I'm not.
Why do people feel that way?
You think I'm being sarcastic right now? I'm not.
No, not that.
No, I bought the game.
No, I believe you.
Right.
I'm trying. I want people to see the WWE stuff though that they've done to your head. Okay. Why do you think people want to create their own stuff? Because they've done that in all the other games, right?
Right.
Most popular feature. Why are some of the things not being updated that AEW is showing you? We can update this. We're going to fix this throughout time. Mm-hmm. This isn't coming out every year. They're showing you that. And I'm sorry to say this, but people who are creating things, why are you creating things for a game that should have them in there? They're like, so the arenas, what's AEW going to put in theirs? They only got but so many arenas. What are you going to do?
But see, that's the thing, WWE, and yes, I'm going there. Like I said, I'm not shy about talking about WWE being better at video games because AEW is better at pro wrestling, and that's more important anyway. So you know what, AEW, sleep well at night. Sean Hubbard's saying your game is trash, and Sean Hubbard's also saying that your wrestling product is the best in the world. So you have to take the good with the bad, right?
Yes, and listen, I think
it's limited at that. It's so limited, Conrad. I mean, it's like, first of all, there's only 5 championships. Okay, we know the Ring of Honor situation was around before the game finished. You should have the Ring of Honor belts in there. Go ahead.
You can't have that in yet because you're still focused on. There's AEW people missing out of the game because they had to have cutoff points in this, and things got messed up along the lines of, we're challenging the name contention into this. Well, we can't market this till this is taken care of. Oh, we can't do this till this is taken care of. I think what they did wrong, and I'm going to do a video about this, I think. What they did wrong in marketing-wise, this is a tease for it, was you previewed the game too early. You were counting your chickens before they hatched is the problem. And then you got people talking, and then 3 years come around, they're like, where's this game you talked about 3 years ago during the pandemic? They messed up. Mm-hmm. That's the best way I could put it. We can get more into that later if you guys want. Quills.
The bottom line is I bought the game, and I'm hoping for the best.
Okay. Like I said, I think it's going to be one that if people put investment and time into, like I said, from a year from now, I would love to have a conversation with you and see what this game looks like.
You know me, bro. Like, I'm not one of these people who are on the sidelines like, oh, the game looks like no, I bought the game. I supported the game because I support AEW, and I'm just not overwhelmed with it. Maybe that'll change.
Copy that. Quills said, what up, Conrad Sean? Your boy, Sir Quills, is back again to enjoy another episode of Clash of the Podcast. Almost closing in on 50. Yes, wow. The 5-0 is getting there. 5 away.
Well, appreciate you, my G.
Let's get into it. Joel said, let's do this.
Joel, big shout out to Fight as well. Big shout out to Fight.
Big shout out to Fight. Fight Impact is the main topic of tonight's show. So, what up? What's good, Sean? Conrad Chad, on the day of the Lord, July 5th, 2023, that I learned that there was a tag team in AEW named Magic Meat. Timeout. This was Lethal Lottery rules, and they needed a tag name.
That is pretty funny.
They had to do it. That's you.
M. Leezy for Sheezy. I appreciate you, my G.
Jocelyn, we appreciate you. First lady in the chat.
Jocelyn for the subscribe on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. I want to thank Jocelyn for the very, very interactive nature of her Twitter as well. She is very, very active, very knowledgeable. Big shout out to the ladies who know the game. I love that.
Yeah, they're all welcomed here in the chat. So feel free, drop your knowledge. We can have a discussion. Clash of the Podcast over Raw every day of the weekend, twice on Sunday. Much appreciated, Flo. It's Lady Kayla. What is going on? Welcome to the chat.
Welcome.
I'm just trying to catch everyone. Conrad Baldmen always spill their water. Joe, that's a fact today. Checking the box off. Roman passed Hulk Hogan's 1,041-day reign, so give it to Jay.
I saw that. M. Leezy for Sheezy. I appreciate you, my guy, but I don't think that's accurate. And I'm not blaming you. I think that's an inaccurate stat that's being put out there. Am I right?
Oh no, it's accurate. So listen.
Yeah, help me.
I'm about to teach people something real quick when it comes to Sports Center.
And by the way, I am no Hulk Hogan advocate, just in case anybody misunderstands that.
Right. So listen, when it comes down to this, you could pull stats from anything. For example, Conrad and Sean have been the #1 rated Clash of the Podcast episode every week for 45 weeks straight. Sounds good. Sounds impressive, doesn't it?
Right.
It's not when you actually think about what I just said, though.
Yeah.
It sounded good, though, in the moment, though. You would have believed me. If I had a graphic up and it was moving and you saw all this stuff, just like the Super Bowl did not have as much media engagement as WrestleMania this year. Both nights of WrestleMania, which means you double dipped on 2 nights as opposed to the Super Bowl's 1 night.
Well, very smart take on that, yes.
Pay attention. And I only know this because I was arguing with my boys from the Pro Wrestler Shoot about some stuff today, business-wise in pro wrestling, and I couldn't take it. Some of it was aggravating me, but it was just a good conversation we were having about like fans and people who say certain things. Don't fall for some of this stuff. McKinney is in the house. Yo, I'm here to talk wrestling and let you know that over the weekend I learned that Usher Raymond is a heel. Boondocks never lied, brother. Boondocks never lied.
I don't know who that guy thinks he like. I swear, like I like Usher, but he is just like ruining households, bro.
They call him USHR. All right, let me stop.
Palmer, relax yourself.
They were going crazy. Crazy. The chat just laughing at us. Matt Lopez, will they do Punk versus Joe for the ROH TV title? Yes or no, a Death Before Dishonor? Or do you see someone else like Kojima facing Joe? I would get Kojima.
I would get Kojima as well. They actually had me intrigued where I want to see Punk and Joe go for a half hour in Wembley Stadium. That's what I would like.
They could do it. Are you past the Elite match then? Are you just saying like this ain't
past the Elite match? Punk and Omega is still the #1 possibility in my mind, but I just don't know if they're going to go. I mean, they have a month. I mean, they got to cross paths eventually, I guess.
Hold on now. Hold on, Guy Will Gamble. The game is great for the record. I love the game.
No, you gotta remix that, bro. You're a very articulate man. I respect you a lot, but you can't say that. You can't say the game is great. You gotta say the game is great to you.
The game is great to me.
To you.
Gameplay, yeah. Well,
to you.
This is all my opinion. This is
no. You know why I'm saying that, bro? I'm giving you a hard time, but the only reason I'm giving you a hard time is because you are a major advocate of this game.
Yes, I'm a major advocate for the wrestling code as well. Independent wrestling game that's coming out very soon next year. I will be advocating that as well. You know why? Because WWE needs someone to light a fire under their rear end, and we've talked about it for weeks and weeks and weeks.
But this is I didn't want to go here, bro. And it's not often that we disagree, but we're disagreeing.
We will continue to disagree. I love this.
WWE. Let me give you a couple of facts. WWE is dry when it comes to its storylines. WWE is corny. WWE doesn't listen to the fans. But WWE is the #1 video game source for wrestling. They do have the best video game in the world. They do. It's undeniable. WWE runs circles around Fight Forever. It's not even close.
I know there are people running circles too, and that's why they get all of these bad things happen. Don't make me get technical as to why. We're sim. Run straight then. Run into a straight line. They run in circles around you. Man, look at this game-breaking glitch in the game. I wonder why it happens. Could you let people... Sean, listen. People will ruin the games. People will find cheap.
This is ridiculous. You're sitting up here actually. Do you really believe Fight Forever is better than 23?
Did you play? I was gonna break this. Did you play 2K20? They deserve.
No. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say 20 is one of the worst games of all time in any genre. I'm not talking about 20. I'm talking about 23.
I have 23.
23 is lit, bro. 23 is lit.
Did you play that My Rise?
Yeah, I did. It wasn't that great. It wasn't.
Oh no, I'm still on the one with Molly Holly. I can't get out of this. I'm on like chapter 15. I'm like, bro, end this story. There's nothing else to talk about. Like, either give me the title shot or end the story, and it's still going. The lock one I was cool with, and maybe that one was long too, and I didn't notice it. But playing through two of those, I was like, yo, I'm done. I just want Molly Holly, bro. Where is the mighty Molly character?
Let me prove to you though that I'm an open-minded guy. A year from now, like you just said, maybe we will have a different conversation. But I'll speak for myself, we were all very intrigued by the nostalgic feel of the commercials. It felt like WrestleMania 2000. It felt like No Mercy, but it's not, bro. It's just not. And at the end of the day, I hope it gets better. I do. I hope it gets better. There are some good parts, but it's a little clunky to me, bro. And like I said, you can't tease a game for 3 years and give me 7-second entrances. You can't. You can't.
I will. Yo, listen. Sean's trying to get me to give you the whole video. I will have an analysis on this show.
I'm gonna chill.
No, I have notes. I'll show them to you if you guys want to see them. Right. Specific notes. But I will break down. Here's what I know some of the stuff with this game. All right, I get it. I'll explain it. I'm going to get to it. But I do hear people complaining about stuff that I'm like, WWE brain, stop doing that. If I hear you say superstar, I saw someone say like, I wasn't going to buy this game, blah, blah, blah. And I saw 2K already in the third line of his paragraph block of why he wasn't buying it. Why are you comparing this to 2K? It's not the same game. They've had 20 freaking years to build an empire for this community creations. Yeah, that was done in 1 year. That was done in 2 years. Yeah, go tell me more, guys. I just heard someone say SmackDown 2 was the greatest game. Do you remember what they used to do? Brood bloodbath and all that stuff for one scene? It was worse than this. Stop having revisionist history with this stuff. Stop it. It's a lie. It's a lie. What up, Original Biggie?
What is the matter with you? Original Biggie, what's up? What is wrong with you?
BJ, I'm trying to get to everybody here now. Sean got me fired up. We getting into this show. What up, BJ? WWE's better at simulation games. Yeah. Noob. Thank you for the love. You are appreciated, Noob. Skyline, what's good? Welcome. Also, threads with Twitter. I'm on both at EPW Show. Sean needs to be on there. I was trying to find him, and now he's got me mad at him. Sean, do not thread. I'm tired of this new social media app. I'm sick of it. Benny, welcome. Going to SummerSlam? Enjoy it, brother. I hope they put on a darn good show for you. What's going on?
What is going on here?
I'm just reading stuff.
I've never seen you this upset.
Sick, what's good?
Wow. They should really pay you, bro. You are an advocate. We have had topics for days. I have never ever.
I'm on Fire Pro too. Yo, Guy Will Gamble, do not act like I am a wrestling video game fiend, bro. I love wrestling video games. I played Fire Pro. I'm going to buy the wrestling code. I'm going to pay for all this stuff. You know why? Because I love wrestling video games. If someone does it better, I'll let you know. I promise you. I'll tell you what they do good and what they do bad. But what I don't like is, wow, I don't like mashing buttons anymore. I want the WWE way of kicking out. We're far past that. So the WWE set standards that nobody's going to be able to ever do something different from. Is that what I'm hearing? That's what I'm hearing.
Dude, you're more serious about this Fight Forever thing than you are about CM. I don't think you were this upset about CM Punk.
Oh no, I was. You just weren't on them episodes on them Dynamite reviews.
Okay.
People know they got cussed out for that. They know. Don't you ever disrespect CM Punk. Don't you ever for what he did for that. Get out of here. Collision too.
Wow.
Collision was great this week. You better start watching wrestling on Saturdays.
I've always seen wrestling on Saturdays is the winner. Wrestling on Saturdays works. I told you.
Yeah, don't listen to Coach. WWE 2K is sim-based and the matches and gameplay should be as close to what I see on TV. It's not that. 2K23 is okay, but it ain't perfect. I'm just glad there's an alternative for wrestling games. Same.
That I would agree with. I
don't like 2K's button configuration since they switched it. I don't like the feeling of it now.
You know what I've heard? I've heard a lot of people have changed their button configurations on Fight Forever to match WWE. I've gotten a lot of comments about that. I know I've gotten some inboxes about that.
Oh, I know people who did it.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about, though? WWE brain. Yeah. Sean, make a shirt for me. Put a little brain on it and put the WWE logo
I can do that. I can do that. You know what? And I will go on record just to show you I'm a fair man.
Don't do it because we'll get it taken down.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
No,
WWE brain's a real thing.
Changing your configurations to match 2K, that's stupid. You shouldn't do that.
I want DMX finisher. You can't be putting that stuff in Fight Forever. Devin Santiago, what's good? Finally making my debut on the stream. Devin, welcome to the stream.
Welcome,
my friend.
Thank you for being with us, man.
We're always lit and hype like this, so it just gets like that sometimes.
Man. If I knew I was going to get you fired up about this, I didn't know you felt this strongly about it. For real.
Oh yeah. Doug in the house. Yo, what I miss? Nothing. Tokyo the Menace is in here. Listen. People saying no lie, forgot about the wrestling code. They're laying low. Trust me. They're being smart. They're watching what everyone else is doing. They've had their game for a while too. Why you ain't buy Action Arcade Wrestling then? Because I saw it. See, now you're bringing personal stuff into this. I'll tell you why I didn't buy it. It looks garbage. It looks bad.
Don't have WWE brain, Conrad.
Huh?
Don't have WWE brain.
Oh, there's no WWE brain with this, all right? This is Chikara and their foolishness that they went through, and that's why their name was pulled from the game. Goodbye. We're done talking about that. Conrad will break someone's kneecaps over CM Punk, though. For real. Saturday. Honestly, match of the night was really that FTR Bullet Club Gold match.
It was. And by the way, Bullet Club Gold, I tweeted about this. Bullet Club Gold is really, I like them.
WWE's kick out submission is better. In Fight Forever, you get a finisher, you might as well put the controller down.
That is true. No. No, because I'm the more objective when it comes. See, when we're talking about Jey Uso, you're objective. When we talk about Fight Forever, I'm objective. Here's the situation. Sick is 1,000% right. At the end of the day, you can't. I have been pinned every time I have been pinned. If that makes any sense. Every time somebody's gone for a pin against me in Fight Forever, I hit the buttons to the point where my damn controller's about to break and I cannot kick out. That's not cool.
We're positively E when I need him in this chat.
Now,
Where are you, E?
No, what Sick just said is 100% correct. I have no problem with the fact that you have to mash buttons to kick out. But
what's the submission system in WWE?
The submission system, I think, is like either a tap or like it's the teeter-totter thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I prefer like Here Comes the Pain. Like I said, if you go like what's the best submission thing in wrestling, which one did you like the most? I liked Here Comes the Pain, but that was button mashing. Some people don't want it.
Okay.
You didn't buy Action Arcade Wrestling? Thought you were a wrestling video game fan, my G. Yeah, I'm not flushing bread either though for that. Chikara, listen, they look like paper people and you are programming them to do the moves. Like, I get it, what they were trying to go for. Was anyone playing that after 2 weeks? Honestly, in the wrestling community, you tell me. All right. I've seen it played. Trust me, I've got friends who be like, dude, this is sweet. And I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Yeah, this game's kind of garbage. Listen, if Punk pitched himself for blood and guts, that's a low move if they have agreed not to bring the story to TV. Wait a minute. Who agreed to not bring the story to TV, BJ? CM Punk has been said, let's make money off of this. Old school pro wrestling mind. My feelings were hurt, so I don't want to work with you is trash, and you don't need to be in management then. Get out. If you're gonna tell Tony Khan what he's gonna do with his money, get out. Goodbye. It's not worth it. It's not. Fire somebody then. Get rid of either one side of the party. That's all I can say. CM Punk offered. They said, nah, probably not a good idea. Is Fight Forever like Impact's kick out? No. I think Impact's you had a meter if you flip the switches back and forth. Sick. It was gameplay and graphics in that situation. I didn't say graphics make it better. They look like little paper machete people. It is not good. It was just not good to me. I did not enjoy it. And I did play it. Trust me. Rob knows. Don't let Rob come in here and get y'all all hyped up believing everything he's saying. I played the game. It wasn't it for me. But they are finishers that makes them more devastating. Oh, he's talking about when people kick him out. What up, mother? Dustin? Inappropriate. I just wanted to stir Conrad's macaroni a little more today. Yeah, y'all getting it stirred all right.
That's what she said.
Not appropriate. Not appropriate, Sean, as well. All right. Sean, what do you want to get into first here? You want to
Slammiversary. Wow, I don't know where that came from. I must be feeling good today.
Impact Wrestling Slammiversary. Saturday, July 15th, live on pay-per-view. You guys can order it on Fight. That's how I'm going to be watching. Sean will also be watching on Fight.
Watching on Fight, you know what I'm saying? I'm really excited about it. Slammiversary is one of those ones that's kind of, they've made Slammiversary almost as important as Bound for Glory. It's an important show.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Canada's getting a lot of good wrestling this week. That's all I know. Or well, this month, it feels like now. They're going to be out in these streets just producing a good show. If you've been watching, they've been building this one up a little bit. Lots to get into with this one. New graphics coming out today. I don't know why Impact Wrestling and AEW in particular hate me, and they come out with new graphics like immediately right before we're going to do a preview show, but that's what ended up happening with this one. Let's run down some of the matches here, and let's get into it. Knockouts World Tag Team Championships. We got the Coven versus Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly. Big fan of the ladies tag teams. If you want to know how to do women's tag team wrestling right, take notes from Impact, please. Please.
Agreed. I think Wild and King retain. I just think that they're going to come out on top. I like what they've been doing lately. And I just think on this stage, I think they allow them to retain their titles and continue their momentum.
Rob's getting under my skin. You better hope I don't see you tonight. Don't even ask why you got hit with a wrestling move. Just know why you deserved it. All right. I think this is going to be tough, man. I think they're going to flip the belts here. I think they're going to go Masha Slamovich, Killer Kelly. They did a whole thing where they just had a recent like chain match. I don't know if they called it dog collar match. And then they locked the dog collars. I saw them nasty tweets y'all were putting up too. You nasty, you filthy nasties. All right. And they kept just showing them locking their little chains together and all that. I think they're going to go with them here, though, because I thought Masha Slamovich was going to win the Knockouts World Championship, but they didn't pull the trigger. So I think this is the time to reward Masha Slamovich here.
I think you're wrong, just like I think you're wrong about Fight Forever.
That's fine. And when I'm right about both, I'll be here for that humble apology.
CM Punk's a selfish person who doesn't deserve to be in the business.
Let the apology be as loud as the disrespect.
I'm just kidding.
I know. Listen. Don't get me all hyped up. Impact Wrestling also is going to have. I feel like this is the elder statesman match here.
Yeah, for real.
Frankie Kazarian versus Eddie Edwards. They're going to have both of their significant others in their corner for this match. This is tough. This is tough, and I'm going to update you guys on the mystery. Well, at least half of what's going on with that match later. I promise you. Who you liking in this one though? Like who do you feel Impact should be behind? Because I feel there's enough room for both of them, but at the same time, I feel like they're in the same kind of role.
If Kazarian wins, we riot. That's what I have to say.
You're an Eddie Edwards guy.
I'm a big Eddie Edwards guy. There's no way he should be losing this match. Kazarian, I respect him, but no, absolutely not.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, brother. This is gonna be one of the harder matches I think to call. Truthfully, like if you were asking me, it's up to you. What do you think is gonna happen here? I think this is gonna be a rough one. I'm gonna go Eddie Edwards as well. And I'm only saying that based on who's been signed to the company longer. And I think that's what they're just gonna base this on. Like, yeah, let's give it to him.
I'm not hitching my wagon to Tracy Brooks. I'll tell you that. That lady is. I mean, her best days are long behind her.
Does she still wrestle?
I don't know, but she shouldn't even be on television.
Wow, come on now, Tracy. I like Tracy Brooks when she was in the ring, though.
Yeah, back in 2003.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Tracy Brooks, I always thought had a lot of potential. I was a big fan.
You know what? I'm sick of this crap. I'm getting into this. I wasn't gonna go here. You know, the Trish Stratuses and the Litas. You know, they give this false sense of hope to these people who want to come back and do this all over again. Trish is a freak. And I mean that in the most respectful way. She's a freak. She's a freakish athlete. Lita, not so much, but along those same lines. You can't just come back and think that this is ridiculous. I'm so sick of this. And I'm a big nostalgia guy. But Tracy Brooks, what the hell is she doing on TV? That makes no sense, bro. No sense. Tracy Brooks is 78 years old.
Now, here, Bobby. You ain't gonna start lying about people's ages up on here.
There's no reason for her to be on television. That's what I'm saying. Trish Stratus and Lita are giving these women, and I love women in wrestling. I just gave a shout out to I love the ladies in wrestling. Women's wrestling has never been better, but good God almighty, man. Tracy Brooks? Go home.
Right.
Out of control. No, you don't. I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of. You know what? I'm just gonna bring somebody back for nostalgic purposes. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I am sick of this crap. I am sick of seeing people past their prime coming out for this. Do you want to be considered a legitimate company, Impact? Do you want to be seen as one of these people, one of these organizations that can compete? Well, stop bringing back Tracy Brooks. Stop bringing back Kazarian. It's over. It's over.
Sean, you have to be fair, though. And now we're getting into
the overall truth.
No, but we have to look at the overall structure of the business. There are two major companies.
No. I'm not gonna. No. Because I'm not. No. We're not doing that.
You tell me how Impact steals someone from WWE or AEW.
I have an immense. You know this, Conrad. On the air, I have an immense respect and appreciation for women in professional wrestling. This has nothing to do with women. It just so happens that Tracy Brooks is a woman. Tracy Brooks and Kazarian have no... This is Slammiversary, Conrad. This is the second most important pay-per-view in Impact Wrestling. What the hell is Kazarian and Tracy Brooks doing on the show? It's unacceptable. If you want to be taken, let me clarify my statement. It's unacceptable if you want to be taken seriously.
How you gonna say Boston still sucks? Terrible.
Come on, man.
No, but what I'm but she's just in the corner. She's not wrestling.
But that's where you're messing up, and that's where the chat's messing up. Love you guys. Love you, bro. I didn't say Tracy Brooks. I said Tracy Brooks and Kazarian. Neither one of them should be on this show. Neither one of them. Kazarian is not that. He's not. He doesn't have it anymore. He doesn't have it anymore. And Tracy Brooks, I understand. I see the chat. That's his wife. I know that's his wife. That's why they brought him back. It's not bald men don't get. Well, you know what? Big black guys do get worked up. At the end of the day, okay. At the end of the day, I respect them both eminently, but they should not be. This is free. This is not sacrifice. Okay. This is Slammiversary, the second most important pay-per-view in Impact Wrestling. Why do they have a slot on this show, bro?
It's an undercard. Like the way I see it, it's an undercard match, and it's a name. They're trying to attract people over. Maybe that's someone who's like, yeah, I would really love to work with, because they're, like I said, Sean, they have to figure out what their draw is. and I could get into this. This is probably another topic for a whole nother podcast because we need a whole segment for this, I feel, about why Impact can't do some of the things that they want to, or maybe even could. Maybe they don't have as much money as the two big companies. They're going to steal people from you, basically. You go into this knowing that.
Right.
It's going to be tough for you to bring in names, but when you can get some veterans who are like, listen, I don't want to be in either place right now, or neither place wants me, but I'm willing to help you. Okay. All right, I'll let you help me. And that's the role Kazarian is filling right now. He's probably a player coach, kind of like helping people, telling them like, hey, listen, this is what you need to do. This is what will excite the people. This is what pro wrestling is. I mean, he's teaching.
I'm going to cut you off again respectfully. And you've known me long enough to know that when I cut you off, I don't mean any disrespect whatsoever, but I must interject. You said it right there, bro. You said it right there. You said he's a player coach. Player coaches do not take up slots on the biggest pay-per-view of the year or the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. How would you feel if Road Dogg Jesse James had a slot on WrestleMania?
He did at 30.
Unacceptable then, worse now. How would you feel? How would you feel if the heart, as I think Shawn Michaels is the greatest professional wrestler to ever step foot on God's green earth, but if Shawn Michaels today had a slot at WrestleMania? Are you kidding me? And Kazarian is no Shawn Michaels. You better start listening to me, brother. I know I get fired up, but don't let the high-pitched voice.
Well, I have a counterpoint, though.
Tell me.
Okay, Sean, you're Tony Khan, you're Scott D'Amore, you're Vince McMahon, you're whoever's in the chair.
I love Shawn Michaels. I love Shawn Michaels. I love you, Shawn Michaels. You're my best favorite wrestler of all time. I love you. I'm just trying to make a point.
He's going to know in 1 second if he really is. They come up to you and they say, listen, we don't have a match for Elias on the card tonight. Mm-hmm. He really hasn't been on TV too much, not doing too much. I'm just making up a name. I don't know where Elias is.
Right, I got you.
Or you could have the Heartbreak Kid come out of retirement one more time to face whomever he was going to face. It doesn't matter who the other person is. Are you going to pick the young guy, or are you going to take Shawn Michaels last time?
This is my mistake. I never should have brought up Shawn Michaels. That's my mistake. I have to own that. I made a mistake by bringing up one of the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest wrestler to ever live. That's a bad decision on my part. To make the point I'm trying to make, bringing up Shawn Michaels was a mistake. Okay, so I own that. Okay, Conrad. But like I said, you know what I'll stick with? I'll stick with the Road Dogg Jesse James example.
Stop using that analogy.
I mean, who else? Does Jamie Noble deserve to wrestle at WrestleMania?
Now he had a moment already. He's all right.
Please stop.
All right.
Stop.
He was in that cruiserweight battle at 20, right? That I don't know. Look at the chat. HBK rounds. They fantasy booking now because of you.
I see Dustin talking about I'm an ageist. Please give me a freaking break. I have no problem with nostalgia when it makes sense, bro. Slammiversary is no place for Kazarian and Tracy Brooks, just like Road Dogg should have never been on WrestleMania 30, much less 40. Give me a break, man. Let's grow up and recognize the fact that Chris Sabin is old, but you know what? Chris Sabin can still freaking go, bro. Are we not going to acknowledge the fact that Kazarian has lost not just a step, lost 3 steps? It's over. It's over. He's a TNA pioneer when TNA was popping.
But that's why I think he deserves the respect of being able to come back and be.
I respect him. He should be a producer and a trainer. This is Slam. I don't understand why. I see the chat too. It's not a regular show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second most important pay-per-view in all of Impact Wrestling, in the history of Impact Wrestling. You have Bound for Glory and you have Slammiversary. Slammiversary is Kurt Angle, King of the Mountain. Slammiversary is AJ Styles. Slammiversary is Samoa Joe. That's what we're talking about here. This is the second biggest, bruh. I don't know. Whatever.
No, I think we're just gonna. I disagree. That I think Kaz can step it up when he needs to. Kaz had some nice matches, I thought, upon him returning. He always came over. He stuck it out for him. Cool. We'll talk about him later.
Thank you, Terrell. It's a different. I appreciate.
No, Terrell agrees with you.
I'm saying thank you. He understands what I'm trying to say.
It's all about how you chop it up, bro. It's all, you could look at an issue, and I may be on this side. I may agree with points of what you're saying.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, I don't appreciate being called an ageist, but I appreciate what you're saying, Conrad. I think that there's certain people that can still go when they get older, and there's certain people that need to give it up. Period. Stone Cold Steve Austin surprised the crap out of me at WrestleMania 38. I did not expect that.
That's what I'm saying is, if you get the chance to make some money, you go with it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying sell out Seth Rollins for HBK. I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
What I'm saying is, you give the opportunity to the veteran if they're going to make you more money than some up and coming guy who's just throwing on the card to throw on. I botched, by the way, on the pre-show. You could see this on Fight and Impact Plus. We have the Digital Media Championship. Kenny King with Sheldon Jean, who I like a lot actually in this role. That he's like Kenny's young boy, and I don't want to sing it, but I'm in love with Joe Hendry.
Oh my freaking goodness, bro! Did you see that match you just pulled up?
What, Joe Hendry?
You don't understand my frustration right now?
What are you upset about? It's on the pre-show.
Why is that not on the main show when you have Kazarian on the real show? Are you kidding me?
Well,
that graphic one more time, please, brother.
Hold on. I don't want you to go on a rant, though, but I want you to see the name of the title.
Joe Hendry, whatever, and Kenny King on the pre-show.
What is the name of that championship?
I know what the name of the I get it.
It's on YouTube. Listen, I'm not saying it's the best idea either, but that's why they're doing it, I assume.
No, and you know me, bro. I'm
Matt Lopez cut it out. There's only one player coach that should be taking spots on the pay-per-view, and his name is Jeff Jarrett. Move on over so I can do my strut. He says, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Stripper Kenny. Yeah, that was dirty. He brought that up. I was always waiting for someone to say it. Didn't Kenny King curse you out at a show once? Why do you guys remember the bad stuff I tell you about me? Say something good. Make me feel good for once. No, we remember, yes, I did get cursed out by Kenny King once when he was in the All Night Express. He got mad that we were talking about the Buffalo Bills at a time when they were bad. We were talking about the Bills game sitting near the front row, and he had to jump down and say, the Bills suck. Pay attention to my match. I was just like, he's kind of right. He's kind of right. Hubbard frustrated with old men wrestling in 2023. I mean, Sean's not wrong. If you want to see new up-and-coming people, that's what you go through.
By the way, good point, Dustin. Too bad Conrad already made it.
Probably because of the internet. Yeah. Well, the chat lags a little bit, to be fair to them.
We're not making excuses. Let's move on.
Wow.
Don't play with me, bro. And I'm not talking to you, Conrad. You know I'm not talking to you. Don't play with me. We've been down this road before. I'm not that guy.
So, moving on.
That's probably a good idea. Let's move on.
Ultimate X match. Mike Bailey versus Jonathan Gresham versus Kushida versus Kevin Knight versus Alan Angels, who has recently left his group, it looks like.
I don't know why I have a soft spot in my heart for Jonathan Gresham. I don't know why. I really do, though.
I like everyone in this match.
Me too, except for me.
X matches are always tough to call. Very tough. I don't know. Do you have a favorite in this?
We all know that.
Huh?
Kushida gets on my nerves because of his wardrobe. We know that.
The people here don't know that, though. That's outside the bubble.
Yeah.
Or the bubble jacket, I should say.
Yeah.
Moving on. So let me see. Quill said he thinks Joe Hendry retains over Kenny King. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden Kenny King finds out that the right heel move all along with Sheldon Jean to steal the win. I think Kenny King and Sheldon Jean are going to end up feuding in the end. BJ says he's going with Angels here.
That's not a bad pick, BJ. It's not a bad pick at all, actually. You're probably right. I have a soft spot for Gresham, but you're probably right.
Right. I'm letting let's see. I don't know, man. I don't know who I like in this. I'm just staring at this. I kind of want Mike Bailey to win, but he's been there, done that. Like, I feel like Bailey and Gresham could be world champion material. Even Kushida is kind of good. I might have to go with Angels too. Screw it. I'm going Alan Angels. Alan Angels my pick. Final answer.
I can dig it.
Dustin, it didn't register before. If you said it before me, I promise you. Like, I'm looking at the chat as they pop up. I can see it right here on the side. Angel said, I'm done last week. Yeah, he had to. Ultimate X will steal the show, but I'll take Angels. Okay. This could be sleeper match of the night. I'm going for Jonathan Gresham or Speedball Mike Bailey. They seem like two of the favorites, but I feel like you're going to need them in the world title picture, though.
I'm going to take a little control of this right now. Terrell, thank you very much. I appreciate you. What we're not going to do on this show is try and be like, the only word I can think of is Twitter fingers. We're not going to do that, okay? So, Terrell, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Everybody in here knows me. So we're not going to do that. And I'm not going to even address the comment that was made because we're not doing that. Terrell, I do appreciate you, though. And I appreciate everybody in here. But the Twitter finger stuff, either grow up or sign off. Let's move on.
X Division Championship match. We got Lio Rush versus Chris Sabin.
Well, you know Chris Sabin. I like Lio Rush a lot, bro. But Chris Sabin is that dude, man. Oh, my God.
He is in Impact Wrestling. I just don't see putting a title on Lio Rush because I don't think he signed with Impact.
Yeah, that's probably
maybe in the
you're
short
always
term.
giving us the logical explanation. I love that, bro. You know the logical explanation.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe he is signed and we don't know it. I don't know what's the deal with this. But Sabin needs probably some credible title defenses right now. To me, Motor City Machine Guns are on their last hurrah. I think it's a shame that they're not signed by a bigger company, kind of. Like, nobody saw enough value to pick up Motor City Machine Guns and pay them. Like, they deserve to be on a bigger platform, I think. I know at one point they were on the second biggest, and then Sabin got to be world champ and everything.
Right.
But I would love to see them kind of just getting to do their thing in another company and just seeing what they could do. But they're part of what's been holding down Impact Wrestling for people to keep watching it. It's a great show every Thursday, I'm telling you.
Facts. I agree. I'm going with Chris Sabin because I just love the Motor City Machine Guns, and I love this story of both guys being singles champions right now. Noob, I like the pick. BJ, I like the pick. Guy Gamble, I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, man, for real. Terrell, I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going with Chris Sabin.
Yeah, Sabin's got to be it. And Sick brings up a good point. I root for Lio Rush, but when you get behind the guy, he quits. Yeah, I don't know what happens. MCMG all day. Motor City Machine Guns. I still don't understand it. One day I will.
You know, I think isn't that the
It's just like them pointing where Detroit is. I think I looked it up on Google, but I'm like, what? Like when they used to do it, I never got it back in the day. We would just do it and be like, okay.
Right.
Okay, whatever that means. Let's get into.
Hey, look, the first time The Rock was smelling stuff, we didn't know what he was doing, right?
Still doing that. What you smelling, Rock? This could be match of the night, Quill says. Chris Sabin versus Lio Rush. I rocks with both of them. Heavy Sabin should retain here. It's early right now for a title change with Rush just coming in. Yeah, I like it. I like Lio Rush, but I don't like him either. I'm weird on Lio Rush too. I want to get behind the dude, but I'm just.
No, but you got to elaborate on that because I think you probably got a good nugget about Lio Rush. Tell us.
No, I just think every time you want to cheer for him, something like always happens, or you're like, dude, I was really like even when he was in AEW, I was digging him in AEW.
Yeah.
When he was part of the tag team with was it Seidel and he had the feud with Seidel and Dante Martin. Like I was getting into that, and then it just done after a few tweets, and then I think he must have asked for his release or something. I don't know. What's up, Eric? Welcome to the chat. They put Detroit on the map.
Eric, welcome. Yes, they did gamble. They certainly did.
6 said, yeah, I never got the hand thing either, but Motor City Machine Guns do hold one of the funniest promos of all time, so they'll always have a place in my heart. Yeah,
Guy Gamble said he still doesn't know if The Rock is cooking.
Fact, that was the next one. Eric, I don't know much about Impact. Well, we're here to help you out, brother.
Man, welcome to the show, man. We're happy to have you. I hope you're a regular, man. Welcome. Keep coming.
Show is available on Fight. And yeah, we've got some things happening with that. So make sure you guys order it on Fight. It's going to be good. Now, let's get into what happened here with Bully Ray and Macklin. Now, I don't listen to Busted Open Radio every single day. So this is one of those, I don't listen to it every day, so I can't tell you every single thing that's happening.
Right.
But they were out here in these streets doing their thing. I cannot put up what happened on Impact Wrestling this week because I think it's graphic, and I don't feel like hearing that my video is not suitable for ads or anything. PCO ended up drinking battery acid or something they poured on him, and he got lit up, we'll just say, by Macklin and Bully Ray. They did that. Macklin got hurt at the Down Under event when Impact went over to Australia. You can also watch that on Fight if you want to go back and check out that event. So Bully Ray had to get a new partner. It sounds like PCO was also going to be out. I don't know if that's fully true, though. Bully Ray has picked a new partner, and it's going to be Diener. And we have a special enforcer in here, Darren McCarty. Scott D'Amore needs a new partner in this. Sean, I still think it's PCO personally. I'm not fooled by this.
I think so. I think you hit the nail right on the head.
PCO, I know he had the battery acid and all that stuff, but that's part of the gimmick, baby. Like, they know what they're doing with that. Diener getting the spot. I like Diener a lot. I don't know if do you remember his first run in Impact? Like, very first run.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, when he was, Diener did a gimmick as, like, Cody Diener, and he was with ODB and all that. He has come back strong, and I'm glad that he's getting a push. Seems just like a humble dude. Yeah.
He loves the business.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's still in it, and he's still trying to make something happen. What do you think? So you're saying PCO as well? PCO shows up?
My spidey senses are saying it's going to be PCO.
And Bully Ray disrespecting Macklin, I think, could flip. This reminds me of the two-man power trip, kind of, where, okay, when you come back, you could be a babyface. Didn't have the courage in him anymore. Got hurt on my time as my partner. Worthless.
It's hilarious. I love it.
So I think that could be the same thing that's going to happen here. The difference is Diener's trying to lead a group now instead of being one of the people in a group. But they kind of need the W. I don't know. You could possibly give it away. I think Diener takes the pen in this, though. And I think Scott D'Amore and his partner, whomever it may be, are going to get the win in the end.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think the more in a little bit of a comedic turn gets the pin.
Eric, Chris Sabin is the X Division champion. I think you had just came in when we just went over that match. Somebody said, who? I've told them before about the hand thing in Detroit is Motor City. I'm not sure where the machine gun part comes in. Let's see here. Just wishful thinking for me, but dang, Scott being back. Monty Brown, the pounce.
Oh, man, I just saw an old clip of him. He was somewhat entertaining. I actually liked him. Monty Brown wasn't that bad.
Right? McKinney, right there with me. It's PCO. He'll probably have some chemical burn makeup on. I agree. If PCO is Scott D'Amore's partner, who could it be? PCO only makes sense here. See? Everyone agrees. I want Scott to pick Ryback. Feed D'Amore. Feed D'Amore. BJ. Nice
play on words, BJ. Nice play on words.
Well done. Why, Tokyo? Why is that even necessary to say? I love Monty Brown. Monty Brown was one of my favorites. We'll get another Canadian Destroyer during this match. I love that Scott D'Amore did that.
Your mouth to God's ears, Jocelyn. I hope so. I love that move.
By the way, did you guys know Scott D'Amore used to be a job guy in the early 90s in WWF?
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
go back and check it out. You will find him on there doing some of the jobs for guys. Great wrestler, great on the mic. Yeah, I wish Monty Brown would have got an opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think he was given a fair shake.
Yeah, outside factors contributed to him having to stop wrestling. Unless Eric Young comes back as Scott's partner. I think he's still in WWE, though.
You know who I would love, but I think he's still in the contract? Robert Roode.
Yeah, he's hurt, too, again.
Yeah.
He's having a follow-up surgery. Get well, too, to Bobby Roode.
I'm starting to think he's really going to be out for a long time. God bless, man.
Yeah. McKinney said, Monty Brown's from my hometown in Michigan. Also, former Buffalo Bill, baby. Pounce. I love that move, man. That was
Buffalo Bills looking strong this year, man.
I don't want to even get started.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even want to talk baseball. I'll cuss my team out right now for all the foolishness I see every day on Bleacher Report.
I'm a Met fan. Don't get much worse than that.
Oh, I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm not even feeling it either. Yeah. One of your main events, at least in my mind, the Knockouts World Championship. Deonna Purrazzo versus Trinity.
You know who I want to win, but it's almost too obvious at this point, isn't it?
No, I disagree.
Okay.
I think you got to go with the obvious here. You've had people invested. You, me. This is going all the way back to unprofessionally tonight here on Monday Night Raw. You forgot, huh? You forgot while you're out here buying tickets. The Garden. Yay. Yay. Raw's here tonight, by the way. You see where I am, right? I could have went. I chose not to. That night, I'll never forget how I felt watching that show. And yeah. I was angry, and I did not like the way they treated them. It reminded me of how they treated so many others who had left because they got tired of taking the mess.
You're 100% right.
And that night will always resonate with me. And I think that Deonna Purrazzo, we just talked about Impact and all the stuff going through it and dealing with it, right? You eventually outgrow Impact, in my opinion. And I think that's what Deonna Purrazzo has done. I think she needs to be elevated to one of the higher shows. That's my personal opinion on it. I don't think she needs to sign for it. If she wants to be a coach or something, I think she could do that as well. She has been world-renowned in the top 5, I'd say, for the last few years as best women's wrestlers, women division wrestlers. Deonna Purrazzo's on my list every single time. Every single time. She's been really good. I think it's just time to give Trinity the belt. Let's see what Trinity can do. Let Trinity carry the torch, in my opinion, for the knockouts.
Well, I want to see Trinity. I mean, nothing will make me happier than to see Trinity win this match. I hope she does. I really do. Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about Trinity and Sasha. I think they're both, amazing talents who got treated poorly in WWE, and I want to see them succeed. I mean, Mercedes Moné was already succeeding before she got injured. Get well soon, and I want to see the same for Trinity. I hope she wins. I really do.
Trinity's my pick.
I hope you're right, Gamble. I hope you're right, my brother.
Right. I saw someone say they were a Tigers fan. I'm sorry.
Maybe Pete Alonso win the home run derby and give us something to smile about.
Right. Trinity is winning the Impact. Don't pull a stupid WWE creative like they did with Cody and Roman. I mean, they don't have to, but Trinity's winning that belt. Trinity's going to be the champ before Bound for Glory, in my opinion. I can't see them doing that again. I think Deonna wins this one, and then Trinity gets it on her rematch. I think Impact will pull the trigger on Trinity. My sister didn't go to SmackDown at MSG. We were steamed watching that on television. That Roman segment was an hour. We will get into that. Watch Raw be really good tonight, and CJ's going to wish he was there. Nah, I haven't felt that way in a while. I missed that NXT show where everyone from NXT showed up to SmackDown, and I didn't go to that one either.
Now, I was gonna joke around about if you smell, but I will say this though. Now, to 6 point, because I'm hearing rumors. What if tonight's the night that you hear that broken glass?
Listen, you can do whatever you want.
You still wouldn't be mad if you missed it?
No,
Okay.
I won't be sad because I've been there when The Rock was there in his last run when
Okay.
he was actually showing up all the time. So it ain't hurting me. Let's go. Only one logical conclusion should happen here, and that's Trinity becomes the new Knockouts World Champion. Trinity should win the match to put more eyes on the division if they kind of play into the WWE situation and let the fans, blow her up. Disagree. It's Trinity's time. You should never sleep on a sleeper like Trinity. WWE knew Cody could beat Roman, so they had him cheat to win. Original Biggie said Monday Night
I agree with you, Terrell, but I got to give Jocelyn credit. I think Jocelyn feels the same way I do, which is that she probably hopes that she's wrong, just like I hope that I'm wrong. I just think that there's a chance that we can be disappointed. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just a chance. I want Trinity to win. I just hope. I think there's a small chance, though, that Deonna retains.
Oh, Impact's definitely the ones to pull a quick move.
Yeah.
Like to fool you, they got you fooled real quick because you don't know the contracts. You don't know what I asked someone to sign an extension on or anything. Let's hope Impact get it right by letting the black woman properly shine and become champion. WWE has failed miserably to do it with meaningful effort.
There you go.
Conrad is going to be home looking like Ray J when dude broke the sunglasses. He said we're unbreakable. Chill.
Of course, Terrell. We appreciate you, man. And I think we all feel the same way. We all want Trinity to win. We're just kind of 50-50 on whether she actually will.
Yeah. Now we can get to the main event, and this was a match. If you asked me a month ago, did I think it was happening? I wouldn't have said it. Alex Shelley versus Nick Aldis for the Impact World Championship.
Alex Shelley has to win this match. I love Nick Aldis, and I love Alex Shelley. It has nothing to do with who the fan favorite is. I know Nick Aldis is turned heel. Everything that makes sense in wrestling would make sense for Nick Aldis to win this match, right? Alex Shelley is the underdog, never thought it would happen world champion. You have to have him have a successful title defense. I look at this match the same way I look at Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. It's so important. It's so important for this not to be a fluke. And if Shelley loses this match, that's what they're saying was a fluke. You gotta have him win this match.
I think Aldis isn't going anywhere. So why do you need to rush to do this now? You could have a rematch at Bound for Glory, have some championship defenses in between then. I don't think it's necessary for you to do that. And I had mentioned in that X Division, you got Bayley, Gresham. You could do a 4-way at Bound for Glory. You could do a lot of different things here. You're not bound to doing this matchup this way. My heart's telling me to pick Shelley, and my brain's telling me to pick Aldis. Because Shelley, I feel like, never cared too much about being the champion all the time. And I think that would make it hurt that much more, too, if Aldis wins, because they seem to have turned him heel, essentially.
Well, they did turn him heel. They had him jump on Alex Shelley.
You know what? I'll say this. Give me Alex Shelley for the win. I'm going to go with my heart instead of my brain for this one. Because you got to have a surprise in one of those two matches, with either the knockouts or the world title match. You got to. Something's got to flip.
Me too, 100%. I very much hope that Alex Shelley retains, and I think that would be the feel-good story of the night.
Yeah, I can see Shelley getting the win with the roll-up here. Guy Will Gamble said, I have a feeling Shelley is going to lose here. BJ's yelling, Motor City.
Motor City. I like it.
Matt Lopez says Shelley wins.
Emily, I like the way you think, Emily.
I like it. Listen, guys, don't forget you can order this. It's going to be on Fight. Lots of opportunities here. They might even add some more matches. I forgot the tag team title match, too. You got a big 4-way going on here. I'm still predicting ABC to get the W here, but lots of potential. You got Sami Callihan and Rich Swann that have been heating up lately, but I still think that ABC are going to win. I like that they're keeping Bullet Club strong in Impact, too.
I think ABC wins. We're way on the same page about too many of these matches, but I think ABC wins as well. I love what they're doing, man. I think that team is really well put together. I think they win. Yeah.
Well done. This pay-per-view looks like it's going to be a banger. You know where I'm going to be watching this on the 15th. You guys can do the same. Go to Fight, order it now. These are some of the best matches and opportunities. You get to watch something outside of the main two companies, and Fight's got you covered for it. So make sure you guys do that. Absolute classic match here with Alex Shelley, Nick Aldis. This will be a 5-star classic. Alex Shelley needs to retain to start his reign on the right note with such a high caliber opponent like Nick Aldis. Do we think there'll be a shock debut or an old face from TNA's past returning? I can't think of anybody. Maybe Mickey comes back. I don't know if she's still out for how much longer. I could see that. Shelley is going to drop that title. I hate to say it. Shelley would be better in the chase than the champ.
You know what? That's a tough perspective, but it does make a lot of sense.
Right. Joel says, got him sold. Gonna order it on Fight now. Let's get it. I have all this winning, Terrell says. Okay. Well, guys, we're going to get to a different segment. We're going to talk Bloodline real quick. I'm going to kind of let Sean have the floor with this one.
I'm going to surprise a lot of people with this. We all saw the Tribal Court segment. I don't think any of us in this chat, we're all very educated fans, thought that Roman was really going to give up the title of Tribal Chief in this manner. I love how naive Jey Uso came across. I think that was done purposely. I love the fact that Jimmy got taken out. I love the fact this is classic. Now, this is a storyline that actually means something because I love the idea of Jimmy going down. I don't even think I need to see Jimmy on TV until SummerSlam when he comes out, in my mind, and helps Jimmy during the match, right? There's only one problem. I don't have any problem with the Usos getting destroyed on SmackDown. I don't have any problem with Jay coming back without Jimmy and challenging Roman, and eventually going to be a SummerSlam match, whether he's going to seem outnumbered because Solo's going to be at ringside for Roman with Paul Heyman and Jay's going to have no one. I have no problem with that. I'm not a person, as much as I love the Jey Uso storyline, as much as I love the Usos, by the way, the one shirt coming out on the website, on the clothing line coming out on this Thursday. Make sure you cop one. The problem is this, though. Everything is perfectly done, but they're going to have Jay lose the match. And that's what saddens me. You know what I'm trying to say? I think you have a perfect storyline that's going to have a really bad ending and a disappointing ending. And I think it's a shame because I really think Jey Uso winning the title would be along the same lines as one of the greatest triumphs in wrestling history in Kofi Kingston in 2019. I mean, it's on that level. Obviously, there's a lot more. I know, right, McKinney? I should. I'm keeping it pretty calm, though. You got to give me credit. I'm keeping it pretty calm. Jey Uso winning this after this 3-year storyline would be the feel-good story of WWE. It would actually renew my belief that WWE actually gives a crap about the fans. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And I'm saddened by this. Because again, I want to make sure I stress this. I don't want to come on here every week and say that I want to hear down since every single week. I don't believe in that. That's not real storytelling. The Usos need to get beaten up on the road to SummerSlam. Jimmy Uso needs to be taken off on a stretcher. You know, God willing, he's really not injured. I heard a couple of rumors. I'm hoping that's not true. He needs to be taken out on a stretcher as part of the storyline. Jay needs to get beaten up by Solo and Roman in a parking lot, or whatever. That needs to happen. But it should have a payoff, and that payoff should be SummerSlam. I just have my doubts, and that's what saddens me, bro.
I don't have too much to say about it. I think we know. And I don't know if Jimmy's actually hurt or not, because you were the first one I had bring that to my attention. But there were certain things that I've noticed with Solo stopping Heyman from speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Solo picking up Roman's his piece there and getting taken out.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just hand it to Roman. He waited. And later on in the night, they did give Jey Uso that big time moment. Look at the crowd in MSG. They are there for it. Not a head, not turned. Nobody with their arms folded. You even got a little Cena kid watching this. How are they still making these shirts? I could not tell you.
Mm.
But Cena fan is there watching it. People are feeling this. Look, you can tell the people up at the top here, they must have either ran down or scurried to the side to make sure that they could see it.
You know something, Conrad? This kid, and I don't want to continue to ignore Jimmy, because Jimmy's included in this too. And we all need to remember, Jimmy was the one who actually made the decision first. So we got to give, we got to give Jimmy credit as well. But this kid has elevated himself in a way, and big shout out behind the scenes, big shout out to Roman Reigns as well, right? I mean, he's put these guys in a position to shine, and they have not dropped the ball, not once. I mean, WWE has dropped the ball. I still think that Jay should have turned all the way back at No Way Out or Elimination Chamber, but I'm not going to continue beating that dead horse. We are where we are, right? Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso have elevated themselves to main event. You can't tell me that Jey Uso and maybe even Jimmy are not main event guys. You can't tell me that, bro. You cannot tell me that these gentlemen have not elevated themselves to main event status. And you cannot tell me that when Jay walks down that aisle, presumably, because they haven't made the announcement yet, but presumably when Jay walks down that aisle at SummerSlam, that there's not going to be, I'm just throwing a random number out there, 70,000 people, and 65,000 of them are not going to be cheering for Jay to win. I mean, this is Kofi Mania to me. It's on the same elk. It's on the same realm. Obviously, like I said, Kofi Kingston had like a little bit of a racial undertone that we wanted to see a man of color get his chance, and Jay's a man of color as well. Different kind of, but we're not going to get into that. The bottom line is we want to see somebody overcome, Conrad. And I'm telling you, bro, I loved when Jay got carted out on that stretcher. Again, assuming that he's healthy for real. I loved it. I was like, this is what it's supposed to be. I want to see Jay get beat up every week, bro. I want to see them beat the crap out of Jey Uso every single week until SummerSlam. Because Jey Uso, let me tell you something. Jey Uso winning the Undisputed Championship this is going to sound real corny, guys, so forgive me in advance, but y'all know me. Y'all know me. I mean this with every fiber. You're probably right, but I think Jey Uso has earned a little bit more than that, but you're probably right. This is a victory for all of us, bro. This is a victory for professional wrestling. If Jey Uso wins that title at SummerSlam, you guys have to remember, man, this has been a 3-year journey. A 3-year journey. And Jey Uso has been the right-hand man since almost day one. He choked out his brother to make him say, I quit. He humbled him. He humiliated him. And in an era and time where WWE has sucked in every conceivable way, with the exception of the Bloodline storyline. Outside of the Bloodline storyline and maybe Seth Rollins, WWE has been terrible. So for all the WWE garbage that we have had to sit through as we've waited every show for that 15 minutes of Bloodline content, in this past week, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, right? Every week,
39.
Every week as we sit through Madcap Moss versus Jinder Mahal. Every week that we sit through this, Hit Row versus the Viking Raiders.
Oh, you mean LA Knight in the dark segment? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Every week, we sit up here and go on WWE.com and see that LA Knight was on the show before the show even started. For all this, ladies and gentlemen, and y'all tell me I'm wrong, we deserve Jay to win this match. They owe it to us. They owe it to us, y'all. Think about what we've been through. The #1 professional wrestling organization in the world has given us nothing but crap for 3 years. We deserve Jey Uso to win this match and see 70,000 people dancing in the aisles, saying day one-ish with Jey Uso holding that belt over his head. Every week, thank you, Sir Quills. Every week, Rhea Ripley defending her title against freaking Natalya. And I saw the comment from Guy Gamble. Yes, not just Madcap Moss versus Jinder Mahal. Madcap Moss versus Jinder Mahal at 10 o'clock. Prime hours. Who cares? I appreciate the correction, but who cares? You know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to leave it with this, bro.
It's Riddick Moss again is what was that.
I'm going to read this. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to let you talk, bro. And I don't even think you knew I was going this way.
No, I don't want to.
Deserve
that guy.
This. WWE owes us. WWE owes us.
See, you got people in the chat room with you, but I got one that sounds like you. JJ. I stopped watching WWE. Whoever wins, wins. That's how I feel about all of this whole storyline and situation. Because
and before you start,
I don't want to be the guy, bro. I don't want to be the guy.
I just want you to. Am I wrong? Does WWE not? Oh, do we not deserve this? We deserve this.
Deserve and what I want to say are two different things. I do not see this.
Sheezy, I see you, bro. Leezy for Sheezy, I see you. Quills, I see you. Gamble, I see. Go ahead, Conrad. The floor is yours, bro.
I don't see it happening in no possible way or form. I just can't believe it. I can't get into it because I know this ain't what you want to do. Because whoever beats Roman has to be there to take over for a little bit. Roman's going bye-bye once he loses. He's going on a vacation. Not like he ain't been on one already, but I digress. What I'm saying is they need someone who's going to step up and fill that role. That ain't it. They called Cody and they promised Cody something. I don't know what, but like I said, Cody came over to WWE. They promised him something. We thought we were going to get it before. Maybe they weren't feeling it. I don't know what else to say. This long title reign has gotten long in the tooth, though. And they got us on the hook, and they're pulling people along. Because I'm curious to see what happens once this stops. Are you able to still tell great stories? Are you going to be able to do that with Cody? What happens to the Usos after this? Same question I had for Sammy and KO. I've been pretty disappointed with how they've been booked. Mm-hmm. They're kind of the background players in all this. Sean, I just can't get behind it. And you know why. I've told you why.
You told me why.
They're going to use their political reasons as to why to not do this. And they're well within their right. What do you say if you're Jey Uso if they say, I can't do it because of this? I can't do it because of what's happened in your past. I can't trust you. How do you get that trust? How do you, I mean, the only thing he could say is, look around. This is your one chance to get it. If you blow it, you blow it. Jey Uso's going to be on a shoot interview one day saying that was the time you could have gave me the belt. I know it. I already know it's going to be in the future. That was the time I think they should have gave it to me. They didn't because of what happened in the past. Okay. I just don't want to be that guy who's
I think the chat was feeling me a little bit.
No, they were. Nothing sandwich, Doug says. They may owe you, remember, aren't they good for doing the opposite of what the fans want?
Sis, Jocelyn, that's where the whole "you know what that means" phrase comes from. I feel you, sis. I feel you. But like, when are we gonna? Am I wrong? We don't do.
For the record, Sig, I don't know if Roman has 5 kids. I don't know. If not, they might have a Jackson 5. They got enough for a football team to have a line or something. I don't know what he's doing over there. Actually, I think one of them's got to be a daughter because he had his daughter in one of those commercials, I believe, before with them. But let me see here. Matt Lopez agree about we don't care about Austin Theory. Come on, y'all. Y'all leave that young man alone. He's just trying to get right. I feel bad for him because he's really in like a bad spot now. We're the WWE. We put smiles on people's faces.
I think Biggie's being sarcastic, and if that's the case, I agree with you. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's how I read that one. Yeah.
Conrad, I need you to elaborate a little bit more, though. I need more from you. I know we got a little bit more time. Is that what you're? This is what I need from you, Conrad. And we talked about this off the air, on the air. The people in here know me, bro. If I had come on here and be like, "Yo, I don't like the fact that Roman Reigns and Solo beat up Jimmy and Jay. It should have been Jimmy and Jay dancing in the aisles like they did at Money in the Bank," that would make me a stupid mark. Like, I know how the game works. I love the fact that the Usos got beat up. That's good storytelling. Are we really going to hold on to the DUIs as the reason why Jey Uso will not be world champion?
I think so. It's a big part of trust. Name one other person, unless you were already big time, that they were like, you know what? Even though you screwed up recently, give him the belt. Jeff Hardy, sure, but they gave him a short run and then took it right off of him again. Gave him the world title, short run, took it right off of him again. Could you do it here? Maybe, but Jay doesn't have strikes for that. There's no strikes for that punishment system. This is why people feel slighted, because there's no punishment that ever took place for it. He kind of just got to waltz right back into a spot. Don't do it again. You know, that's all they can do. You're responsible for your own actions. You pay your lawyers and take care of your own stuff. It was just finger pointing at that point. Can you trust someone like that, Sean? Like I said, put yourself in the Booker's position. Do you trust someone? People, you know what? Let's go back to Fight Forever for a second. People were mad. Why is Matt Hardy only the pre-order bonus? Do you think it was just going to be Matt? I truly don't believe that was the plan. But once Jeff got in trouble, I think that changed plans. Like, nah. Matt's going to have to do this by himself now. Because if Jeff messes up, Jeff's out that game. Like, one click, stroke, delete, done. He's out.
You're getting some answers to your questions. Gamble's sick. They're talking about people who've gotten in trouble and still gotten pushes.
Time out. Once again, I'm going to interject on these two as well. Eddie Guerrero got fired for his thing, and then he got brought back. Mm-hmm. His demons were already settled by the time he came back and won the title. He had to prove himself again, and he did. He also came back a little more swole as well. Randy Orton, I can't tell you why. Some people are just chosen to do. They can do whatever they want. I was going to use a line from, who said it? I think I heard Tony Atlas or someone say it. It was about the Junkyard Dog thing too, though. You can't do what they do, and that is the Randy Orton thing. He was Triple H's boy. He could not fail.
Conrad, I want this from you, and I want from the chat too. Chat, every once in a while, I ask you to interact with a poll question. Okay, yes or no? To Conrad's point, yes or no? After a 300 and whatever day reign, the longest reigning tag team champions of all time, combined with how over Jay is, combined with many instances, like we just pointed out, where people have been in trouble and still had a chance to shine, does Jey Uso deserve a chance to be world champion? Yes or no? And we're going to see. Because at the end of the day, bro, to your point, which is a good point, weren't they champions for like 300 and something days? Didn't they just main event night one of WrestleMania?
Let me ask you this, Sean. Do you think this was WWE's plan, or is this an organic thing that happened?
I think it's an organic thing that happened, but I also think that you can't continue to just. It sounds like sour grapes. I can hear the words coming out of my own mouth. It sounds like sour grapes, but good God, man! Like, if what we're running with is what you just said, then is he just disqualified from being? He's never going to be more over than he is right now, Conrad. That man is over. So are we really going to talk about a DUI? I'm throwing out a number. I don't know when it was. I'll just say 2019, whatever. Are we going to talk about a DUI from 3, 4, 5 years ago that's going to stop him with all the stuff that, like we said, the Randy, no judgment, but the Randy Ortons and the whoever's of the world have been through? I mean, good God, man, this is ridiculous. Conrad, my brother from another mother. I love you, my G. You're my brother, man. This is out of control, man.
Time out. I asked you a question about organic for a reason, though. You know who else got over organically? Zack Ryder. You know who else got over organically? WWE spends more time not pushing those people than they do actually capitalizing on momentum. They gave Zack Ryder the U.S. title. How quickly was it off of him? What do you remember about that title reign? When you do stuff organically, they don't like it. Vince wants to be the one to say, I told you. Just like he said, Roman's the guy. Just like they said, Randy's the guy. They'll spend more time doing the I told you so because they have to be right versus what do the fans want? In this world of pro wrestling, I'm about to get real college-y on you guys. And I mean like professor-wise. In this world of professional wrestling, in the WWE bubble that exists, if you present an idea and get over organically, it doesn't matter because it has to be Vince's idea. And the best way for you to get over is making it Vince's idea. Everyone has always said that. The Undertaker, this was Vince's idea. Stone Cold, this was Vince's idea, even though it probably wasn't. But they made him believe it was. And even maybe with Austin, they wouldn't say that. But you know why they wouldn't say that? Because that was the one time in company history where he needed the fans. He needed someone. And in this world of corporate structure, who are you more loyal to first, Sean? Your stakeholders? Sorry, I'm pointing this up here. Your stakeholders, or are you more loyal to the fans? You're more loyal to the stakeholders. You have to take care of them first because you're obligated to. It increases value and money, and that's what happens. The fans have been pushed down the ladder. They've been pushed down, and that's what one of the problems is.
Let me address it. I'm not going to sit up here and steal any thunder from Jocelyn, Gamble, Sick, BJ, even though you disagree, that's fine. Quills, Gamble, and Leezy. Number one, Zack Ryder would have never been Intercontinental Champion or never would have been United States Champion had he not gotten over with that. There are levels to this. Nobody in this chat, correct me if I'm wrong, nor you, would have put Zack Ryder as over as he was in the World Championship category. And that is no disrespect to Zack Ryder. And probably would have never thought of him as a United States Champion or Intercontinental Champion either. But he was so over, they gave him both of those straps, right? That's number one. Number two, I'm going to, like I said, not trying to steal anybody's thunder. Who said this? Oh my gosh. Transitional shit. Guy Gamble said this. Are you telling me Jay couldn't win the title at SummerSlam and lose it at the next pay? Just give us something, Conrad. That's what I'm trying to say. Somebody said something about being the face of the company. Respect to the bro McKinney. I think McKinney said that. Have you ever heard me say that Jay Uso should be the face of WWE? That is never.
I think hold on, Sean, but I think he's talking about what I was saying. You have to transition to someone who's going to matter as much as Roman. You can't let
Roman Reigns win it back. I don't care, bro. I don't care. We deserve our moment, Conrad. I'm not saying that Jay should win the title and take it to WrestleMania. I'm not naive. I'm a businessman. I understand how these. I'm not saying Jay Uso should keep the title for 6 months. Are you telling me that we don't deserve this moment? For the love of God, man.
I think BJ nails it. If Cody gets the belt from Jay, or if you give it back to Roman after, it means less. It lessens Cody's win, and he'll complain about that. Then I'm sure, like he'll be like, "Why didn't we do this before the first time?" You catch my drift? Like there's repercussions to giving it to Jay. If you give it to Jay, I think you have to go with Jay. Then, if you're gonna do that, if what you're saying is go with Jay Uso, you need to go with Jay Uso. You can't give it to him for 3 months or 2 months and be like, okay, let's give it back to Roman. No, he's the guy. Then he's who you're rocking with.
So because I can go on about this all night. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone, my brother. So what we're essentially saying right now is that Jay Uso, and again, I hate to leave out Jimmy, but Jimmy too, but we all know Jay's the guy right now. Jay Uso's going to go through the best run of his life, where all the fans are behind him, and this is going to equate to nothing. He's not. It's just Jay Uso, who could probably right now stand next to Roman Reigns in a parking lot, and half the fans would go to Jay and half the fans would go to Roman as far as the popularity at this particular moment, right? That's how over Jay is right now. And we're just going to let this go by the wayside, and we're never going to get the payoff that after 3 years. For Roman Reigns, like I said, beautiful storyline. Beautiful storyline. Amazing storytelling. Jay Uso getting abused for 3 years, and now we're going to have it's going to mean nothing. Really?
Let me answer Jocelyn's question. She said, if Jay went to rehab, then why not put the belt on him? The problem is, Jocelyn, it wasn't once. I believe with Jay, was it 2 or 3, Sean, that he has? He's got more than one. I know that.
Say that one more time. Oh, he has a couple. I'm not going to lie about that. Right.
The problem is, if you got one, maybe you could finagle your way out of it and just say, like, hey, I made a mistake that night. I apologize, blah, blah, blah. You know who else was supposed to win a title and lost it because of a mistake? Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger was on the biggest run of his life with that whole We the People, whatever it was. And he was supposed to beat ADR that night at WrestleMania 29 that I went to. They flipped it, though, and switched it and let Dolph cash in the next night. But that was not what was originally supposed to happen. It was supposed to be him going in there and becoming the champ. You know why? Do you remember the tweet right before it happened? I'll never forget it. He tweeted he was listening to the song Higher and Higher. Then he got pulled over. They found some extracurriculars, we'll just say, in the car. Never trusted again. They've shown it. They've told you. They're not going to trust you. BJ says, now I will say it would be poetic to have whoever dethrones Roman to get a heel main event, Jay, be the next challenger, given his character feeling like a big layer.
No, I gotta get, one thing I gotta say about BJ. I think this dude knows what he's talking about. I'll give him respect in that regard. I know I come from an emotional standpoint, but Conrad, you'll vouch for me. I'm very educated in this business. You know that. I'm extremely educated in this business. I know how these things work. I just think that there has to be some point where the fans get what they want. And to me, Jay Uso is the people's choice, and it's just a shame it doesn't work out. I'm predicting that Jay Uso is going to lose this match, and that breaks my heart. As a fan, as a journalist, I get it. As a fan, it breaks my heart, bro.
Right. And Sick agrees with me about how it could affect the whole story, but he said, yeah, I can see Jay with the strap, but I agree his past activities, it could affect the story. Guy Will Gamble said Chris Jericho's words ring true right there. Got to make it Vince's idea. Always have been. Original Biggie going through a lineup. He said Zack Ryder, Wade Barrett, Ryback, Damian Sandow, Mizdow, Rusev, Baron Corbin, Elias. How'd that work out for them? Bray effing Wyatt. Seriously.
I'm trying to understand what Biggie's trying to say. Can you help me?
He's running through the names that were wasted because they got organically over instead of what WWE wanted them to get over.
He's 100%. I get it now. 100% right.
Yeah. For a little while, Zack Ryder was the only time I tweeted for the shows. Take care and spike your hair. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. Big Hub really wants this to happen.
I think we deserve. I think the fans deserve it, man. And I am being emotional about it, and I am being very genuine about it. Like I said, I know this industry like the back of my hand, but we deserve this. I don't care what anybody says, bro.
Sean, this might be the one night where I've never agreed with McKinney more than we've ever agreed on stuff. We've learned from NXT, they get over, they get called up, and Vince changes them immediately. Everything we liked about them is stripped away. Look at Butch, Cross, and he said you can go on with all the names. Very true. Very true. It's one of the reasons why I can't watch NXT anymore. Once they changed the colors and they started switching in, they called it 2.0, I was done.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
Whoever dethrones Reigns to have a decent run, as Conrad is saying, whoever beats Roman has to be the guy and be the next guy. I'm not even saying that they're the face of the company, but you got to do something with that person. You cannot squander this because you built this up for a reason. King J has a nice ring to it, just saying.
It's a nice consolation prize. Maybe he will be King of the Ring.
He got his win at Money in the Bank, fam. You think he's going to pin Roman twice? Yeah, I don't see that either. That's another thing that I thought hurt it. Hold on here. I'm trying to catch everybody. Too many what ifs in the storyline for it to be messed up ending because of Vince to be attentive and invested.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Vince would have main event Jay with the belt and never have him in the main event.
I mean, Gamble, like, good lord. I can't even talk. Do me a favor, put that comment up one more time. That is the.
You got control of that, Sean.
Huh?
You got control of that.
No, cut it out. No, bro, I couldn't even talk. Gamble, that comment was so on point, I couldn't even freaking talk. That's how pathetic this situation is, Conrad. Gamble just hit the nail right on the head.
I tell you guys every week.
But at least God rest his soul. At least God rest his soul. He was champion for a year. God rest your soul, Macho Man. At least we all know that Hogan was number one, and that's unfortunate because Macho Man was the best performer in 1988 and 1989 in the business, not named Ric Flair. But at the end of the day, at least he was WWE champion. At least.
Sean, but that's the salt. They want you to take the salt. Have you ever heard that expression that they did like that training? You took the salt, then you go to reach in for the next food item and your hand gets stuck and then the hunters grab you. That's what they want you to do. Yeah, you've been champ for a year. You're the champ. You're the champion.
Okay, but what I'm saying, first of all, you know we agree on the Macho Man thing. That was a disgrace.
I know. I just said it's salt that they want them to take, though. And it's just like, it's sad. It's sad. BJ said, thanks for the respect, Hubs. Your name has it for me as well. I agree that WWE has to listen to the fans more. Maybe being jaded by them so often has let me not be joyous for these things.
No doubt.
And that's what I want people to understand. People in here are not just jaded because it's WWE. People are in here, they're jaded because of WWE has done this before. I don't care what they've done. It's over. You've done it too many times. You didn't give Nakamura the belt when I thought Nakamura should have gotten it. You didn't do this. You got AJ Styles. What is he doing? What? Dude, I legit forgot Karrion Kross worked for this company until I saw him come out. Like,
AJ Styles was the first time in a long time, bro.
Right. And people hate AEW's 13-match cards. I get it. I hear you on it. Maybe it's too much. They could scale back.
I agree. And I'll tell you something. If Vince is pulling the strings, which we all believe he really is, shame on you, Vince McMahon. I mean, we'll always appreciate what you've done for the past 40 years, but my God, has your legacy gone down the tubes in the last 5 to 10 years? Man, I mean.
And look at Matt nailed it right here.
But here's the thing. I want to get into that and leave that comment up there, my brother. What would Vince McMahon say to Jey Uso? If Jey Uso was sitting face to face with Vince McMahon, what could he say? What could he say? That you had a DUI 4 years ago? Is that what he's going to say? Kiss my butt, man. I'm sick of this crap. Let me tell you something. Kiss my behind, man. Not you, Conrad. Kiss my butt, Vince. Are you kidding me? So you're telling me I can't be world champion when I'm the freaking most popular person in the building right now because I had a DUI 4 years ago?
You know how he is, though, bro. They like that. You got to earn your penance back. Look at Triple H. He had to pay. Even original Biggie just mentioned, Bobby Lashley. Yeah, they made him pay. They made him leave, and then remember he had to do all that ridiculous stuff before?
Conrad, you tell me I'm bugging right now. Tell me.
You're not wrong. I think what we're laying out is what you could see versus what I do see.
No, bro, I'm looking at you right in your eyes right now, brother. Jey Uso is going to lose this match.
100%.
And it's going to freaking be pathetic is what it's going to be. It's going to be a damn shame.
It is. BJ said, I'm currently going through Mox's book, and although it could come off as just an expression, I wonder if him mentioning him losing his mind is factual. I hope not. I hope not for the sake of the wrestlers. But listen, this saga is going to continue. Clash of the Podcast is going to continue.
Yes, we are. Thank God.
And we've got some stuff lined up coming up here. I'm going to let you promote real quick, Sean, then we're going to get up on out of here because we went a little overtime.
Yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys. Kyra, you know I appreciate you, but you guys have been great tonight, man. You guys know how this Uso storyline means a lot to me because I believe in right and wrong in the world of professional wrestling. And I believe there's a lot more wrong going on than right, and it's really a shame. But at the same time, I'm realistic. I believe Jey Uso is going to lose this match, and it's really going to be a sad day. But it is what it is. This was really fun. Thank you guys so much. I want you guys to go out, and I want you guys to get on Thursday. Even though we already agree that he's probably not going to win, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Conrad is wrong. I hope everybody's wrong. I hope BJ's wrong. I hope McKinney's wrong. I hope we're all wrong. But I'm putting out a brand new Usos hoodie and T-shirt with their career stats, and on the very bottom of the shirt, it's going to say World Champion Material. And I want you guys to support that. It's a Clash of the Podcast, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, EPW collaboration. I'm really excited about the design. I'm dropping it 12 midnight or 11:59 going into 12 o'clock on Thursday night. It's going to be super dope. Yeah, appreciate you guys so much. Coverage of my 4-part series about the upcoming Spence versus Crawford fight is starting next week, so look out for that. And I want to thank everybody. But listen, me and Conrad put a lot of work into this. Conrad works a lot harder than I do. I work a lot on this, but Conrad is in the trenches. I throw him stuff. He throws stuff back. I'm thankful for him. But listen, you guys make the show. If I agree with you, if I don't agree with you, everybody was so respectful with the exception of one person, but we'll leave that alone. But McKinney is a perfect example. BJ is a perfect example. We can agree to disagree and have fun with it too. I appreciate you guys. And of course, the people that are on my side, I appreciate. Of course, I appreciate the Gambles, and I appreciate, the Terrells and the Jade. I appreciate the people but I appreciate all of y'all, man. And I'm truly thankful for this show. It's great, man. It's great. Conrad, you're the guy, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the kind words. We'll be live once again on Wednesday. I do have a AEW Fight Forever video brewing. I just have to figure out how I want to record it. I want it to be short and sweet though, but I kind of wanted to get into the hands of people who are making the game because there's feedback in it too, of things they should look at and things they should do. So that could possibly be dropping soon within the next week as well. But for myself, for Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, thank you all for listening to episode 45 of Clash of the Podcast.